They didn't get my bike, but I had to call Rich, and I was like, I waited until I got to Nebraska where it sucked anyways. And I was like, Rich, something happened with your bike. He's like, what's up? I'm like, it's gone. Correct. I like bikes. I think they're a good form of transportation. They're cheap, they're reliable, and in the cities that we live in now, it's I don't have an hour to walk from destination to destination when I can get there in 5 minutes on my bike, and they're fun.
Me and my mom lived in Albuquerque for like 6 months or whatever, and so I had my bike outside. It was this sweet, like huffy 5-speed with the shifter in the middle, and there was these kids that they always seem kind of sketchy. They'd hang around, and then one day my bike's gone, and I really thought it was them, and so like I walked to the park, and saw that they had my bike. It was like had its kickstand out, and they were all like playing on the playground, and it was sitting right there near the playground. But there was like a bunch of them, and I was like too scared to confront, so I went home and told my mom, and she came up there and just like walked over and picked it up and like took it over in the truck and put it in the truck and drove away.
I'm not a bike thief, but I've stolen bikes before. I don't try not to make a living out of it, but I don't see any issue with it. I steal from rich, nice bikes from rich college kids. Their daddy probably bought it from them. Their daddy will probably buy a new one once it's gone, or they'll have insurance to pay for it. And I give it. I get a couple bucks in my pocket, and somebody who couldn't afford a bike like that gets one. Everybody's happy. Everybody's got bikes. I don't see what the problem is. That's what Robin Hood did, and all those hippie kids, they seem to like Robin Hood.
There's weeks at a time when we won't go out, and then there'll be a rash of bike thefts or something like that, and then we'll be out there again, and we can go weeks sitting and going out on stakeouts and never actually catch anybody too. That's the other thing. It can be a really boring job. It's kind of, what you do when you have nothing else to do on a Friday night.
We do what we do as opposed to the police doing it, because the police can't really do anything about it, and so.
They have like way bigger issues like crystal methadone and guys beating their wives in this town. It's like bike theft is like probably just after putting people in jail for fighting down at the square.
They have so many other things to deal with. I feel like that, this is pretty low priority, and I don't think they really give a shit anyway. So. But as far as other ways to deal with the problem, when people take things into their own hands, I feel like that's the most powerful thing you can do.
It just seemed like every day somebody was saying that their bike had gotten stolen.
There have been a bunch of bike thefts throughout Prescott.
So a bunch of us, maybe 5 or 6 of us decided that we were gonna do a little stakeout and put a bike out, bait it, hang out in cars with walkie-talkies, wait for a bike thief, and then when we saw one, run, get them, tie them up, and videotape the whole process, and then send the videotape anonymously to public access TV, kind of as a message, hoping that whoever was stealing bikes would see it, like, oh, we're not going to steal bikes anymore. We don't know if this is a trap or not.
And from the first time 2 years ago, it's turned out to be a well-organized movement.
We'll set a bait bike out in a highly trafficked area,
and in each direction we have people waiting. And then we have a third person who's a lookout. When somebody approaches the bike, the lookout alerts 2 other groups.
Approaching on left. See him. Hold still. Yeah, look at that guy right there.
Yep. Yeah, go, 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 go.
A lot of times it ends peacefully, you know. We walk up on the person and they just kind of set the bike down and try to walk away. And we'll usually tell them, you know, that we're watching or whatever. And, you know, a lot of times that's how it'll end. But like tonight, you know, the guy was already on the bike and he was trying to jet. So at the least, we're just going to recover the bike. But, you know, if we can tie him up and leave him there to think about it for a little while, we'll do that.
The police are not going to sit out and do what we do. Also, I think the police have different you know, we don't want somebody going to jail for theft or burglary, or, you know, we just want to send them a message. It's kind of like a scared straight thing, you know. So they have another chance, but maybe they'll choose to do something else now.